Well, it's official. Earlier today, Six Flags Great Adventure issued a press release that finally announced some of their plans for the next few years of the park. Let's talk about it up next. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and today we're diving into some pretty big news from Six Flags Great Adventure. The park has issued a press release listing some of the major rides that are closing. This includes some of the park's most loved attractions, like the parachutes, the Skyride, Twister, Green Lantern, and yes, even Kingda Ka. So let's break down what this might mean and what could happen with Kingda Ka. But first, let's look at Twister, the Huss Topspin ride. This ride was added back in 1999 as part of the War on Lines. And while it is loved by thrill seekers for its intense flips and unique ride experience, the ride has been rumored to be removed for a while now, due to the ride being a dying breed, maintenance costs, and the lower popularity compared to the newer attractions. I understand why Twister is getting removed, but it still does suck because it is a very rare experience. Now, do I think it's going to get located somewhere else in the park? Well, it is possible, I just don't think it will. This is the last topspin version of its kind in the US, and one of the last of its kind in the world. The ride often experiences long periods of downtime due to the parts being so difficult to find and being very expensive. Due to this reason alone, I don't think it's going to be coming back, but I would be happy if it did. Next, we have the parachutes in the Skyride. Well, these aren't thrilling by modern day standards, but they are classic family attractions that give you amazing views of the park. While the park did just finally announce that the parachutes will be removed, the park has already announced that the ride was permanently closed and was left standing but not operating for the last 2 seasons. The ride was closed because of high maintenance costs, due to it being the last of its kind in the world. So this announcement really wasn't a shock to anyone, but it was really strange to see such an iconic structure at Great Adventure standing but not operating for 2 years with no real attempt at the ride's removal. If I had to make a guess, the park needed more space to remove the ride, and now that Twister and some other rides next to it are going to get removed, they'll have plenty of space to do so. As for the Skyride, this one's a bit sad. This has been a park favorite ever since opening in 1974. Over the last decade, the park had issues maintaining the ride due to the manufacturer, Von Roll, being out of service, so parts were extremely difficult and costly. The ride has been using parts from other defunct Skyrides that have been closing over the past few years. In 2023, one side of the Skyride was not operational due to issues with getting parts. And in 2024, the ride didn't pass state inspection and just didn't operate at all. The park kept stating that they were actively working on trying to get the attraction open for this season, but unfortunately, they were just not able to. Now that the ride's removal has been verified by the park is losing one of their most iconic and only transportation rides. The Skyride was very popular when it was in operation just because it quickly took guests from Frontier Adventure all the way over to Skull Mountain and back, so it saved you a lot of time getting across the park. Losing rides like these are bittersweet because of the nostalgia factor, especially for longtime fans of the park who remember riding them when they were children. Now, on to the big closures, Green Lantern and Kingda Ka. Green Lantern is one of the few stand-up coasters left in the US. Love it or hate it, it has been a staple at the park since 2011, being one of the first rides that guests see when they arrive at Great Adventure. Guests weren't exactly thrilled when Green Lantern came to the park, as it replaced the park's classic Aero Mega Looper Great American Scream Machine. Guests found Green Lantern too intense, causing knee pain, and ever since the ride was relocated from Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, where it ran as Chang, the coaster caused some headbanging. Now people are curious to see if this ride's actually going to get relocated for a 3rd time, and honestly, I don't think so. Personally, I would love to see this ride come to another park in the chain with floorless trains, but due to the ride already being 27 years old, it's coming close to the end of its life. I've been told that the ride often needs welding work done, so if Six Flags were to send this to another park, it would need a costly refurbishment that most likely would include a few new track pieces. But if Six Flags were to actually tear down Green Lantern, this would only be the 3rd B&M coaster ever to be removed completely. And now, to the news that we all need to process. Kingda Ka. Kingda Ka's closure has been one of the most shocking removals we've ever seen at Six Flags Great Adventure and in the amusement park industry as a whole. Opening in 2005, it held the title of the world's tallest and fastest coaster for almost 2 decades, standing at a height of 456 feet and going from 0 to 128 miles per hour with its hydraulic launch in just 3.5 seconds. It's the kind of ride that leaves a lasting impression, even on seasoned thrill seekers. So what does this mean for the park to remove an icon like this? Six Flags hasn't given any particular reason as to why the closures are happening besides that they're just making room for the new 2026 attraction. But we can speculate. Ka is the only ride to have a 24-hour maintenance crew at Great Adventure, because the ride is just so labor intensive to take care of. The other rumor that's going around is that the Cedar Fair management doesn't want a repeat of the Top Thrill Dragster accident and wanted to close the attraction from the start. I heard the park put up a really big fight trying to keep Kingda Ka just the way it is, but unfortunately, Great Adventure lost the fight and corporate decided to close the coaster. But with the innovation in coaster technology, parks are always looking to keep up with the latest attractions and trends to bring in some new guests. So does this mean that Kingda Ka might get reimagined? Well, in the press release, it actually does not mention Zumanjaro at all, so this is fueling a lot of speculation throughout the coaster community, thinking that Zumanjaro will be sticking around, as well as the Kingda Ka top hat. Now, if that were to be the situation, a lot of people are highly anticipating that the ride will get completely reimagined, and most likely would have a triple launch. One possibility is that Kingda Ka's footprint would get extended, creating a multi-launch coaster that uses the same top hat, but features more airtime hills and a smoother ride experience. The possibilities are honestly endless, especially given the advancements in coaster technology in recent years. Now, do I think this is going to happen? Sadly, no. Sources from around the park, as well as park representatives themselves, have been saying that the ride will be completely removed, and with that will cause the removal of Zumanjaro, the world's tallest drop tower. Personally, I also think that the park's going to keep the Golden Kingdom completely closed off for the 2025 season, as work continues around the new record-breaking coaster, so that way they can get it open on time. I hope during this time that they're also going to do a complete refurbishment of the Golden Kingdom, reviving it to what it once was. Which honestly would be pretty easy to do. They already have a stadium, they already have restrooms, gift shop facilities. All they really need to do is add a restaurant, and also it's already really well themed. They just need to maintain it, tear down some of the bamboo, and bring it back to its former glory. No matter what happens, this news is a reminder that theme parks are always evolving. It's sad to say goodbye to such iconic attractions, but it's also exciting to think about what Great Adventure might have in store for us next. Whatever it is, it just needs to be as iconic as Kingda Ka was. So what do you think? Are you excited or heartbroken by these closures? And if Kingda Ka were to get reimagined, what would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on Great Adventure, theme park news, and all things thrilling. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.